Hey everybody, Economic Ninja here. I hope you're doing good. Got a good story for you. I'm going to link it below. It's out of the hedge. It's entitled The Fed's Favorite Inflation Indicator Jumps to a New 40-Year High. Savings Rate Plunges. Now, before we get into this, let's just say it. Savings rate is plunging, and it's very easy to understand. It actually spiked in 2020 and 2021 because of all the stimulus that came out, right? I mean, it was at massive highs, but that has now been dwindled away because people bought things they wanted to invest in, or they bought things they'd always wanted and wasted their money, right, on just stupid stuff like a Louis Vuitton bag. It's stupid. And put in the comment section what you think of Louis Vuitton bags. And if you like him and you don't like me, it's cool. Just put that in there too. Helps the algo if you want to complain. Point being is this, inflation has now been just getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and guess what? It's gonna get worse, which is actually quite exciting because if you're ready for inflation, you're gonna take advantage of being able to buy people stuff at all-time rock bottom prices. I know it's hard to believe. It's hard to believe that those cars, those awesome luxury cars could come down in values, that houses can come down in values, that even art, or baseball cars, or electric trains, or whatever you want. Jewelry, it's all gonna come down. Why? Because people can't afford to live now, and it's going to get worse, all right? So this is the time to take advantage, but it's also the time right now, it's not the time to dive in, it's gonna get worse. Time to have that dry powder on the side. Be prepared for this, okay? Take advantage of the situation. At the same time, we're trying to help people. Hey, I'm gonna help the entire world. Problem is, 99% of them are not gonna listen to you. They think you're stupid and that they're cool. So cool, we'll just buy their stuff. All right, here we go. The Fed's favorite inflation indicator, the PCE deflator, was expected to accelerate in June. And both the headline and core increased significantly. It was a positive 6.8% year over year and a positive 4.8% year over year, respectively. Now, it's interesting. I want to stop there. We're seeing this all the time. It's what we expect isn't, when it comes out, totally wrong. You know, it's like when the GDP fell in quarter one, right? It was expected to be a positive number, a positive print, and it printed at a negative number. It was an absolute just crazy surprise. But if you were on the Economic Ninja channel in December, you would have been hearing about this is coming. We're gonna hit recession, and I believe we're gonna be falling in the fall. By the end of September or October, between that month, between end of September to October, you were gonna walk back and you were gonna see things that will literally blow your mind of what happened to the dollar and the US economy, both for stocks and bonds. You will be blown away, I can guarantee you that, and you'll say, I heard it on the Ninja first, right? But every day in the news, it seems like economists are surprised. It's almost like economists have turned into the weatherman of today. They tell you something, it's gonna be sunny outside. You're like, you go outside, it's literally raining right now. I need an umbrella. It's actually raining cats and dogs. Whoa, well, tomorrow it will be raining. But it's raining right now. See, that's the problem. Economists now, looking back into the past, they go, we are now officially in a recession. Why? Well, because now we know we're losing money. You couldn't figure that out, Sherlock? And now the economists are going, don't worry, we're actually not in a recession. We're just gonna change oh my gosh. It's like the weatherman going, okay, what you see as rain, I see as sunshine. Yeah, that rain identifies as sunshine. That's where we are in this world. That's how crazy and lost this world is. So we want to help people get through all this crazy, stupid stuff, but we're also going to take advantage of it because not everybody's going to listen to us. All right. Sorry, I digress, but it's very important that you understand that you are not weird. You are correct. There is something wrong with this system, and it's time to get something done and get it going. All right. Now it says both were higher than expected. The headline print is the highest since 1982. Again, we keep hearing those numbers. Highest in 30 years, highest in 40 years. Next will be highest in 41 years. It's going to get worse going into the fall and going into January. It says with both of the headline and core inflation signals re-accelerating, it appears the peak inflation narrative has busted once again. It's weird. It's like when Joe Biden said, I believe we've seen the worst in inflation. I'm paraphrasing, but it was something brilliant. You know, it was probably something like, "We have seen the worst in inflation. Inflation, it has topped." End quote. It's probably what he said. But sorry, again, I digress. The inflation indicator has supported nominal personal spending, even as incomes fall to keep pace with soaring revolving credit signaling, Americans relying on credit cards to get by. I've done stories about this, how not only are they getting by on credit cards, which is very, very dangerous, They are now, the ones that have homes are now refinancing their mortgages into higher rates for the entire balance just to bring in their credit card debt, their car debt, and any other revolving lines into their home equity now, using their home equity and now paying higher rates. But since it's put out over what, 30 years as opposed to 5 years or 7 years, they see some relief in their monthly balance sheet. The problem is they're being robbed right now. Poor decisions yesterday are leading to poor outcomes today. That is literally what's happening. Now it says normal spending rose 1.1% month over month, slightly better than expected, while incomes rose only 0.6%. So again, you see that incomes are not keeping up with inflation, and this is going to continue to get worse. There is a divergence that is happening. Inflation is going higher. They're both going up, right? Companies can say, we're paying you more, it's going up. Problem is, inflation's getting worse. And that gap, as wider as that gap gets, poor and middle class, well, actually the middle class are getting put down into the poor category. And that is very dangerous for the economy. And the reason why is because they are your tax-paying base. They're the ones that want to be worker bees and want to pay taxes to the government, as opposed to the business owners and the larger corporations that go, we're going to legally avoid taxes because that's what the IRS allows us to do if we're producers, right? And the problem is the people that make the wage and are, the worker bees, and they're making the wage and they're paying the tax, that's what pays for all of our infrastructure, right? So the problem is, as that gap gets worse and worse, the problem is you see less spending happening in the real economy. There's less trips to Disneyland. I don't know why I'd want to go there anymore because they're so woke. There's less camping trips. There's less gas being purchased because they're not going on a family road trip like Clark Griswold to Wally World. If you guys remember what movie that is, put it in the comment section below. Point being is this. Spending is slowing at a rapid pace. Pretty soon, you're going to see even more deflationary signals, and much more than what's going on with Netflix and Hulu, or what's going on with Hilton occupancy rates. Because you're going to start seeing that in about 2 months. Those numbers are going to start coming out. People are traveling less because they have less money, and it's going to bring the economy to a grinding halt. And I might as well say it now. I believe that you're going to see some form of stimulus by Christmas. So we're going to start calling it Stimulus by Christmas. I'm going to go get myself a little Santa hat, and we're going to start doing some special videos about that. I believe that you will see some form of stimulus. Now, that does not mean go spend crazy because the economic ninja told you that the government was going to give you money. More than likely, you won't qualify for it anyway. They like to give it to the people that are really down on the bottom and just make them feel that you're just poor enough, rich enough. They just want to keep you at bay. That's what's really sad. But I believe you're going to see some form of stimulus by Christmas because this is a slow-moving train wreck for some people. For me, this train's running at 1,000,000 miles a minute. But for most people, they have no clue that it's even on the tracks. All right, guys, I hope you got something out of this. I thank you so much for sharing these videos and for subscribing. And with that being said, the Economic Ninja is out.